Good morning, students. Today we're going to dive into a very important concept in calculus called the chain rule. And don't worry if it sounds complex at first. I'll guide you through it step by step and making sure you understand it clearly. By the end of the lesson, the 3-minute lesson, you'll be able to confidently apply the chain rule to solve the problems. And so let's get started. And we know that chain rule is a very powerful tool we use to differentiate a composite functions. In simple terms, it helps us to find the derivative of a function within another function. And to explain it, let's break down into three components: the outer function, the inner function, and the derivative. So what is the outer function? The outer function is the function that encapsulates the inner function. And think of it as a very big picture function that operates on the result of the inner function. And we denote it as f of x right here. And then we know that an inner function is the function that is inside the outer function. It's the function that we apply first before applying to the outer function. And we'll denote the inner function as g of x right here. And then we see that the derivative is the rate at which the output of a function changes concerning its input. In other words, it tells how fast the function is growing or shrinking at a particular point. And we'll denote the derivative of a function as f prime. And now we have a very basic understanding of these components, and let's see how they come together using the chain rule. The chain rule can be stated as follows. The derivative of the outer function with respect to x is equals to the derivative of the outer function with respect to the inner function multiplied by the derivative of the inner function with respect to x. And mathematically, it can be written as f prime equals to f prime with g of x as the input and multiplied by derivative of g of x. And let's work through an example to illustrate how the chain rule works in practice. And here the outer function is raising something to the power of 4, and the inner function is a polynomial, which is this guy inside. And step 1, what we need to do is find the derivative of the outer function. And we use this rule to apply on the whole function. And now we need to multiply by another guy, which is g prime, which is the derivative of the inner function. And we write g prime of x as 4x plus 3. And then we just put them all together. There you have it. You successfully applied the chain rule to find the derivative of the given composite function. Now, it's important to practice using chain rule with different examples to solidify your understanding. Remember the key steps. Find the derivative of outer function, find the derivative of the inner function, and then apply the chain rule.